For a yin practice, you don't have to have a mat. I mean, you really don't have to have a mat for any yoga practice, but sometimes it's nice just to have a boundary for your dedicated space. So grabbing a mat, if you want, any kind of props. I've got 2 blankets. I might add a few, and or a pillow, or if you have blocks or bolsters, feel free to grab that as well. So welcome. We'll get started. So find a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a blanket here, so I just have like a little bit of lift underneath my feet. And you can start to get comfortable in your seat. Close your eyes or take a soft gaze and bring your awareness to your breath. So just taking a moment to notice whatever it took to get to this space. Notice what is lingering, all the thoughts that you're still connected to, maybe regarding things that need to be done in your home, things with your job, with your family. Whatever is there, acknowledge it without judgment. Know that I don't expect you to find a space and clear your mind and be ready for yoga. The practice is acknowledging whatever you begin with, and maybe it stays with you throughout the practice, maybe it shifts, maybe it goes away. So acknowledge that you are here now, supported by the earth. Maybe you've carved out some space in your day to slow down, breathe, to stretch, and just to be yourself wherever you are. And start to notice your breath. So just tuning into the rhythm of your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And then allow your breath to lengthen. So finding some space through the sides of your rib cage and the back of your body as you inhale. And as you exhale, allow yourself to ground, connect to the earth. And with each exhale, allow yourself to surrender. Surrendering to the support beneath you. Surrendering to the weight you may feel of all the things that you're managing at the moment, or the weight of the transition in your life. Surrendering to the change that none of us were prepared for. Knowing that you have the support take a moment to notice the temperature of the air in the space around you, and then notice how that compares to the temperature of your body. And notice if different parts of your body feel warmer or cooler than the rest. Notice the feeling of the fabric of your clothing against your skin. And again, come back to the feeling of the support beneath your body. So noticing all the points of your body that touch the ground, or any support beneath you. Can you acknowledge gravity holding you here close against the earth? And then acknowledge whatever emotions that may sit with you. So what are you carrying right now emotionally? And it may feel a little bit vulnerable to open up to that, because we often try to ignore uncomfortable emotions. But can you recognize that this is a safe space to acknowledge whatever it is that's here, and be tender with yourself, and know that whatever your experience is a human experience. Notice where that emotion may sit in your body. And we'll take one hand to your heart center, the center of your chest, one hand to your belly. And notice the weight of your hands on your body. Know that your hands carry this energy to soothe and to heal. And you allow that healing just to occur right here with your hands resting on your body. Maybe it's an acknowledgement of what sits beneath your hands, whether it's physical or emotional energy that's here. And we'll leave your hands right where they are and open up with a single Om. And know that when we sing and when we chant, every cell in your body vibrates. So feel this beneath your hands as you Om. So we'll breathe together first. Let's take an inhale. And then an exhale. And we'll inhale to Om. know who watches me on Twitch TV because I don't know how that works. But hi, Christy. All right, so this is recording, so it'll be available on Facebook Live for anyone to watch later, and then I'll also upload the recording to YouTube. On my website, violetcrownyoga.com, I've got a link of my previous recordings and some guided meditations, so feel free to check those out. So for yin yoga, we're going to stay close to the ground, so it's long, deep stretching poses. So I like props in a class where I have studio space. I usually have blocks and a bolster and blankets. But at home you can get creative. So blankets, maybe 2 or 3 blankets, pillow. If you have props, that's helpful, but you don't have to have traditional yoga props. So it's learning to just sit with whatever comes up. So knowing that sometimes stillness is uncomfortable, especially when you have a lot going on in your mind or a lot going on in your body. But it's just allowing yourself space to feel all of that, so whatever it is that's come up. And know that it's valid. So sometimes it's comfortable, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Oftentimes you get a little bit of both of that. So we're going to start out, on child's pose. So you'll come to hands and knees, and then bring your big toes to touch, and we'll take your knees wide, so as wide as is comfortable. And then you'll start to press back. And you may use a prop underneath your head, or you may bring your head down to the ground. You might extend your arms. You might bring them back to your hips. So know that you can modify in any way that works for your body. I don't expect you to look like me in a pose. If you're in a class, I always tell people everyone's going to look different. We need different shapes in our bodies, and sometimes I offer modifications. So if something feels good to you that I don't instruct, feel free to visit that. And then just allow yourself to surrender here. Taking some long, deep exhales. Alright, we're going to stay like this if this works for your legs. You can always bring your knees a little closer together. You can modify as you hang out the foot if you need to. We'll come into a twist now though. So you're going to take your right arm and thread it under your left. If you want support under your head, you can use a blanket or a pillow, or you can have your head flat on the ground. Left hand can press into your right hand to deepen this, or you can take it forward. We're going to hang out for a minute. I'm going to turn it. Coming into this twist, your knees are wide here. And as we hang out, you may be able to soften, surrender into the pose a little bit, so maybe it deepens or maybe you get more comfortable. And sometimes surrendering is backing out a little. If you know, like, your body's not going to let go of something, it's fine. Just back out, bring your legs a little closer together. Maybe have a bigger support under your head for the twist. Use your breath to keep moving. Use your breath to explore sensation. Alright, we're going to untwist, and then we'll pause here at the center. Notice how each side feels. And we'll twist the opposite way. So left arm threads under your right arm. Again, you can use support under your head or not. I don't always. You can press your right hand into your left hand, deepen it a little bit, or maybe just let your right arm rest. Back through center now. And then you'll take a few breaths. Notice how each side feels. And then we'll release. So you can come to any kind of resting pose. It may be on your belly, it may be on your back. For some people, closed knee child's pose feels good. Just bring your legs together. And then we'll take a full minute in between shapes to decompress and feel that sense of relief of coming out of that shape, and then notice how it lingers in your body. These spaces between the poses it's one of the most important parts of this practice, to allow you to sit and notice what is in your body, to reconnect with your breath and the support of the earth, but to also let yourself feel that sense of relief coming out of something that might not have been comfortable. And then as you experience those moments of discomfort in life, you can start to apply that to where you allow yourself to pause afterwards. And just acknowledge whatever's come up. Alright, so let's come to your back, if you're not on your back now. I'm going to use a block for this, but I'll give you an option without a block as well. I just like to so if you've got a yoga block, you can use it. So we'll start out with your knees bent, soles of your feet on the ground. You'll just have your block nearby if you've got it. So we'll start just by rocking your tailbone down toward the ground, so my low back is curving a little bit, and then you'll tilt it up toward the ceiling, so low back flat and maybe connects with the earth. A few rolls like this. And just notice the movement of your lumbar spine. So that's that low curve in the small of your back. through center, just finding a neutral spine. So you'll have a little bit of, for most of us, you'll have a little bit of a curve in your low back. And then we'll just start to press your feet into the ground. So it's almost like you're about to lift your hips up off the ground, but you're not. Try to get the weight even between both feet and then even between the heels and the balls of your feet and your toes. And then you can soften that. It doesn't look like you're doing any work there, but that can generate a little bit of heat. So we'll take the block now if you've got a block. It's okay if you don't. So here's the option with the block. You'll bring it in between your knees on the widest width. And then if you don't have a block, you're going to take your hands, you're going to make fists and just bring them right next to each other. You can see that. And then you'll lift your legs up, and then you'll squeeze. So you'll either squeeze your fist with your legs lifted, or you're going to have this block in between your knees. And then we'll start to rock your tailboning in. So that same kind of action that we were just doing without anything in between the knees. So you can do the same thing even with your feet lifted, just rocking as you squeeze. This is stabilizing work, and it's also core work. So it's just kind of bringing your energy into your core here, the center of your body. It may be really scattered with all of the shifts in life right now. So it kind of helps bring you back home. And then we're going to release that. You can bring your feet back down to the ground. We'll take your right leg, you're going to lift it up to where it's parallel to the ceiling. And then you'll take your right hand, fingertips point toward the ceiling. You're going to press your leg back into your hand. As your hand presses forward, your left foot will actively press down as you do this. And we'll do 3 big breaths here. This is isometric work. Keep your left foot pressing down. And then we'll release. And then just pause. Notice how that lingers in your body, how each side of your body feels. And then you'll lift your shin up again. This time you're going to take your hand behind your leg, so you're going to grab the top of your hamstring, or I guess it's the bottom of your hamstring. And then you'll start to pull your leg forward as your hand pulls back. So again, isometric work, just opposite actions. Left foot presses down, 3 big breaths. You can keep your right foot flexed too as you do this. And release. And then again, pause. And this is how each side feels. Alright, you're going to lift your right leg again. This time you'll take your right hand to the outside of your right leg. And then you'll press your leg out toward the right as your hand squeezes in. So isometric work. Moving in a different way this time. Left foot presses actively down, 3 big breaths. And release. And if your breaths don't match my instructions, feel free to come out at your own pace. So just taking a moment again, noticing how each side feels. Alright, and then final one for the right side. We'll lift your right leg. This time you're going to flip your palm. So your palm is facing out. You'll take your hand to the inside of your leg. Your leg squeezes in as your hand presses out to the right. So 3 big breaths as you press your left foot actively down. Find that isometric work. And pause, maybe even stretch your legs out for a moment. Just notice how each side feels. All right, let's switch that. So you'll bring both feet to the ground. This time you'll lift your left leg up. So you'll take your left hand to the top of your leg, fingertips point toward the ceiling. Your leg presses back as your hand presses forward. Right foot actively presses down. Foot is flexed. 3 big breaths. All right. Release that. My kids are ringing my doorbell. Maybe you'll hear that. And then notice how each side feels. Alright, let's lift your left leg up again. So this time your hand's going to come behind your leg, if you can see that. And then you'll pull your leg forward as your hand pulls back. Right foot presses down actively. Release. Notice how it lingers in your body. Maybe it's starting to generate a little heat, maybe not. Alright. Again, we'll lift your left leg. This time your hand's going to come to the outside of the left leg. So you're going to press your leg out to the left as your hand squeezes in. Right foot presses down. 3 big breaths. And release and pause. Alright, and then finally, you're going to flip your left palm onto the inside of your leg as your leg squeezes in, your hand presses out, right foot presses down. 3 big breaths. And release. And then pause. Maybe you extend your legs forward. Maybe you keep them bent. Alright, and then finally we'll use that block again if you've got a block. Again, you don't have to. You can just use your fists together in between your knees and you'll squeeze. So if you've got your fists, you'll lift your legs. If you've got your block, you can keep your feet on the ground and then find that movement in your lumbar spine. Just rocking your hips a few times. And then you can release that. And then we're going to walk your feet forward. So you've got about a 90-degree bend at your knees. And then we're going to pause here. We're going to be here 2 minutes. So this is a shape. It's called constructed rest. I like to do it with a belt and a pillow between my knees. It will almost have here for 2 hours. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So more restorative variation is to use a pillow between your knees with a belt wrapped around. So that's one option, but this works just as fine. So it's really just a release for your psoas. So your psoas isn't tightening and keeping your knees pulled up, and it's also not holding you upright in a standing position. Sometimes you don't feel anything here, and that's fine. Doesn't mean that your body's not releasing. But sometimes I start to feel a little bit of a tremble. For me, sometimes it's almost an uneasy feeling because your psoas really wants to control, keep things under control, and so most of ours are gripped these days, trying to find our new routine in life. breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And then you'll extend your legs forward. And then just pause. And take that full minute to allow yourself to be supported by the earth and notice what is present in your body. I'm going to put a blanket over my hips to help with grounding. Even a little bit more, so that's an option. Sometimes the weight of a blanket can just help you feel a little more comforted. Okay, so make your way back up. You'll have your knees into your belly, and then you can roll to either side and press your way up. So we're going to come into pigeon or swan pose, as it's known in yin. So we'll start on hands and knees. I'm going to give you two options. So first option is to come to your hands and knees. We'll do left leg first, since that's the one you can see right now. You'll slide your right leg back, toes are pointed, and you may want a blanket underneath your hips. So if you feel like you're kind of sinking over to that side, it helps to keep your hips square and have a blanket. And you may even have it a little higher than this blanket or a block. And then we'll start to fold. This can be really intense for both hip and your left knee, or your back knee, so I'll press it down to the ground. So you've got some options. You can come onto your back. So it's left leg, so you'll take your feet to the ground. Left leg would cross over right, so your ankle is just above your knee. You may stay here. You may reach through and grab the back of your leg or your shin. You can also use the wall or a piece of furniture with your furniture, so you could do your right leg up the wall and cross left leg over. So any of these variations are fine. Again, just knowing that all of our bodies need something different. I'm going to come into the traditional pigeon. Sometimes I prefer the one on my back. There's no right or wrong. And then if you want any support for your head or your forearms, that's fine. So we'll hang out for I'll do 2 minutes here. Then use your exhale to soften. So you can exhale with a big sigh if you'd like. Know that you can also come out at any time. You can shift the shape if you need to. All right, let's take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And then you can start to release, rolling onto your back. That's a big one. So, come into this resting pose, and then we'll take a full minute to really just allow yourself to savor the sweetness of coming out of that stretch. And just how energy is moving in your body. And allow yourself to be supported. As we come into these poses, some of it feels really juicy and sweet, and then sometimes it's uncomfortable, almost excruciating. So if you reach that point of excruciating, you definitely want to back out a little bit or shift your variation in the pose. It's really about finding your center in the midst of whatever sensation is coming up. So maybe some discomfort, maybe some sweetness. And that some of the sensations may even be opposing sensations, but you can feel them at the same time. You can experience them at the same time. Alright. Let's do the opposite side now. So we'll do your right leg, or opposite leg, whichever one you did. You don't have to do the same as me. So this side may look different. You may choose to do it on your back this time, and you didn't do it on your back last time. You may have support underneath your hip if you need it. So support may look like this. Or you may have support on your head, or maybe not. Any of the variations that I offered up the first time are fine, or any variation that feels right in your body is fine. And then again, we'll hold it 2 minutes. If you reach the point of excruciating and need to come out sooner, please listen to your body. It's about tuning into the wisdom, to our own inner wisdom. Big breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And release that. And start to find your resting pose. Feel that sense of relief of coming out of that pose. Notice how the work lingers in your body. And allow yourself to be supported. on your back. You come to your back. You bring soles of your feet to the ground. And we're going to interlace your fingers, or interlace your fingers. Bring your hands to the base of your skull, arms open wide here. You're going to take your right leg and cross it over your left, so the back of your right leg. Your hamstring is coming to connect with your quad on your left leg. And then lift your hips up, shift them to the right an inch or two. Drop your knees down to the left. You're coming to a twist here. So for some people, they prefer to have your knees stacked. I know that's an option, or you can straighten either leg if you don't want to do the twist of the legs. You can also take your arms wide. Or you can stay just like this. This is twisted root. I'll do 3 minutes again. I like to hold these poses longer, but an hour is a little bit short for a yin class. So if you were practicing this on your own, you can just do like 1 or 2 poses at a time and do 5-minute holds, even 10-minute holds. That's the lovely thing about yin is that you can just take little pieces of it practice throughout the day. And part of sitting with what's in your body, it expands to just sitting with what is in your environment. Like right now, the trash truck is outside my window, and you can probably hear that. You can do it with kids and let them crawl all over you or yell at you in the background and just breathe through it. Alright, let's start to unwind now. You can uncross your legs and reset your hips. And then find a resting pose. So it may be with your legs extended, you may have knees bent. Set up for the other side now. So you'll bend both knees to begin. You'll cross left leg over your right. So hamstring to quad. You'll take your hands behind your head if they're not there. We'll shift your hips over to the left and then drop your knees down to the right. And we'll take 2 minutes here. Notice how this side feels compared to the other. You may notice a difference. You may choose a different variation, so you don't have to do the twist in your leg. knees into your belly. Rock a little bit side to side. Just give yourself a nice tight squeeze. You might even lift your head up. Inhale here, you exhale big sigh. And you can release that. We'll come into Shavasana. So I want to suggest a supported variation of Shavasana. If you've got some blankets and or a pillow, or a bolster, even if the bolster is something you practice with. You can take your blanket and you'll fold it up to where it's about, 10 inches wide. It kind of looks like this. And then we'll grab a second blanket. Same kind of shape. And then I'm going to stagger these. So there's a little bit of space here at the bottom. If you've got two different blankets, these are actually two different shapes. You might have to play around with the setup. And then I'll use a pillow. I have a pillow over here. So, just know that the blankets are optional. You can skip this and just come flat on your back. So we're going to bring your low back to connect here, and then the staggering of the blankets just kind of gives you a little bit more support so it's not such a big back bend. My second blanket is pretty big, so this is kind of a big back bend. Feels nice though. So this is one option. This is a big heart opener. If your blankets are smaller, it's just going to be a little bit more support. And a little bit of a heart opener. So legs can be straight. You can bend your knees, bring soles of feet together. That cross-legged variation that I had felt really nice to me. So any option, any variation, this option is fine. And then allow yourself to be supported and release any control you have over your body and over your breath. This is our final resting pose. And it's a space for you to integrate whatever has come up throughout practice, whatever may come up, just as you rest and decompress. It's a space to integrate all of the physical sensations and mental work that you did. So I'll finish out, so while you're here in Shavasana, I'll play the bowls. If they don't sound right on your speakers, it doesn't sound right on all speakers, feel free to just turn the volume down, but we'll be here 7 minutes or so. You can join me at the end, or you can stay here as long as you need to. connect to the feeling of the ground beneath your body. And begin to find a little movement. When you're ready, you can make your way back up to seated. And then just take a moment. Notice what is present in your body and in your mind. And that whatever your experience, it is valid. It's part of being human. And just let yourself feel and experience whatever you need to process. Bring your hands to your heart center, bow your head down to your heart. And I honor all of your lightness and all of your darkness. And I'm grateful to share this space and to share your energy. Namaste.